Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna talk about some like really serious stuff. This is a major trigger warning. Today's main point is going to be about OCD and my struggle with it and where I've been and where I'm at now. I feel like a lot of people are really ignorant to OCD in the sense where it's like people make TikToks about, oh, I'm so OCD, I have to clean my room every single day. Or like, oh, I'm so OCD, I have to literally put these lipsticks in like a certain pattern. That is a part of OCD, but it's not the only part of OCD. There's levels to it and it gets really fucking dark, but a lot of people don't talk about it because there's not a space for us to talk about it, because a lot of the times really ignorant people are going to come in and judge us and have a bunch of opinions that we've never asked for. So that's hard in and of itself. Two, it's really dark stuff, so it's hard to talk about, but I feel like I pride myself in the sense of like being able to talk about hard things, and I want to help other people. Let's talk about some deep stuff. If you're not up for talking about deep stuff, or you get really triggered by talking about dark stuff like the things on the screen, then you should probably click out and watch another video. Also, I would like to note that I am not self-diagnosed. I do have OCD, just to be sure. I am diagnosed. Personally, I have dealt with and currently deal with germophobia and health OCD, basically the fear of getting sick or catching an incurable disease, being contagious, getting germs, and spreading germs. So that's a big one for me. So I have cuts all over my hands, and my hands are like dry all the time, and they'll burn and they'll hurt and they'll get so red because I compulsively will wash my hands, because that's my brain's way of protecting myself from the germs that are apparently everywhere. You just don't think logically, because if you think logically, if I'm washing my hands repeatedly and I have cuts over my hands, I'm actually making myself more susceptible to germs getting into my cuts and bacteria, and I'm making things worse. But it's my brain's way of protecting me from the germs. It's just not a healthy habit, and I really still deal with that. It's one of my biggest ones. I'll just compulsively wash my hands. Like the same deal kind of, I'm scared of germs, so I'll compulsively clean, but it's not to the way that you think. My room is a fucking mess right now. I'll clean the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's because my brain tells me that once isn't enough. Well, 2 times isn't enough either. Well, 3 times is enough. So I'll repeatedly clean something over and over again, and sometimes I'll even clean myself with the disinfecting wipes or with the spray. It's really bad. There was one time where my mom, she works in a factory, so they have like these big tubs of like alcohol wipes, and she brought me home some. She didn't think I was gonna like actually go manic, and she brought me home some because I asked her for it. It was like 1,000 alcohol wipes in there, and she even told me, she was like, be careful with those because those aren't your standard disinfectant wipes. They're alcohol wipes, and it can get really toxic, so just be careful. I was like, okay. I had insane episodes over and over again to where I was using it to wipe my skin, and it got to the point where I emptied the tub of 1,000 wipes in like 3 to 4 days, and it made my body feel weird, and it made my body feel weird to the point that I actually called like a toxic chemical like poisoning hotline to make sure that I didn't need to go to the hospital, or I didn't need to like, you know, get evaluated, because it was that bad. And I've had many times where I've used disinfectant wipes or harsh chemicals on my skin. There has been times where I've over cleaned to the point of me feeling nauseous or feeling like I'm gonna faint or get lightheaded. I've been yelled at plenty of times by like my parents because the entire house starts to smell like Lysol, and they can't trust me with chemicals because I overdo it. I'm sure I fucking like have busted a few fucking brain cells because like the fumes that I consume on like a daily basis sometimes, because the overusage and abuse of chemicals that I have is actually insane. Like, it's to the point where like I even asked my mom if she could like buy me disinfecting wipes, but when I'm done cleaning, take them from me because I'm going to use them for something else. It's kind of like an addict. Like, you have to like hide alcohol from them because they're gonna snatch it, you know what I mean? And I know it's bad for me, but I can't help it. Like, my brain tells me that it's a do or situation. Like, I have to do it, or like it's the end for me. I'm scared of people because of the germ situation. I have a big fear of being spat on, which is inevitable because we're human and it happens sometimes, but that will hinder me from being around people and going out. I don't have any friends. When I'm out in public or talking to my siblings or my family, I will purposely put my sleeve over my mouth, or I'll put my face in my hoodie, because I have a big fear of being like, of someone spitting on my lips, and it makes me look stupid. I never want to make people feel like I think they're disgusting or like they're nasty and I'm trying trying to be like, I'm like, ew, get away from me. Like I never want to, and that's my big thing too. I feel really guilty about that because I never want to make anyone feel like they're disgusting and like, ew, don't touch me. That's not me. So it's like I do it because like I'm scared and my OCD makes me, and I feel like I have no choice. And when I try to fight it, it just gives me anxiety, but I know that's the only way to get over it. But sometimes when you fight and fight and fight, it just, you get exhausted and it's hard. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll rather just do the compulsion than fight it because I have no strength. You can't take it personally because it's not me. How I act due to my mental illness is not a representation of my character or who I am. I feel bad, but I feel like I have no choice, you know? It hinders me. Yeah, all the germ situation, like I'm scared of people because I'm scared of their germs. But then again, don't take it personally because I'm also scared of myself. I think that I'm disgusting too. Like I know I'm not. In like a logical standpoint, I know I'm not disgusting and I know I'm not a nasty person, but the OCD is so loud, it tends to take over that, and all I can think about is the OCD. So I even think I'm disgusting and I feel like I'm gross. I don't want anyone to touch me. I don't want to touch anyone because I don't want to spread germs either. Like that's a big thing for me too. I will also manically clean to prevent my germs from spreading. Sometimes I won't even be spreading germs, but I can't deal with the what if. Like, but what if I didn't? But what if I did? Like I have to always be on alert because it's like, well, what if I didn't? But what if I did? Fuck it, I'll just clean it anyway. Like that's how it is. But that's every 5 seconds, which is not okay. It's also hindering me from finding a partner. I'm really scared of like STDs, and I'm really scared of spreading germs, which I don't know what germs I have to spread, but I'm scared of doing that. I'm not comfortable with my body. I'm not comfortable with my bodily fluids. I'm not comfortable with touching anyone else's bodily fluids. And it sucks because I'm a hopeless romantic. There's so much love I feel like I have, and I've always wanted a romantic partner. It's one of the biggest, I don't know, it's one of the main things I want in life so bad, which I know I shouldn't like be like harping on that because there's more to life than just romance and like love and finding a man, and I understand that, but I long for a romantic partner so bad, and I want that so badly for myself. And I hate that like my OCD is a hindrance for that, and it's not allowing me to go out and meet new people and talk to new people and be intimate with someone that I could potentially love because of it. Even when I'm in the shower, like how I said, like I'm not comfortable with my bodily fluids because I think it's germs, I think it's gross, I never want to spread anything, but I have no choice. I have to wash myself, I have to clean myself, I have to use the bathroom, which was one of the hardest things for me in quarantine, because in quarantine I believed I was in a state of psychosis, and I kind of unlearned all the muscle memory that I gained when I was a kid, like how to use the bathroom, how to wipe properly, how to feed myself properly, how to shower, how to share spaces and environments with people. I unlearned all of that for whatever reason. It's like I was like a fucking baby and I had to teach myself how to normally live again. The 5 basic tasks, everyday basic tasks, like using the bathroom, showering, eating, brushing my teeth, I for whatever reason unlearned all those habits and had to relearn them again. Because in the shower you have to get in everywhere, but I don't want to touch it. Like I don't want to touch down there. I literally considered having to go to like a rehabilitation center because I couldn't even upkeep myself because it was like the OCD was just too much for me. And it's like obviously I have to fight it because I'm a grown woman. I can't just be like walking around not showering. So I would obviously have to take care of it, but then I'll be in the shower for long periods of time. Sometimes I would get lightheaded in the shower because I'll go down there and I'll clean, but after every single step, especially downstairs, front and back, I have to wash my hands between every single step. I'm wasting soap, I'm wasting water, I'm exhausted. I hate showering because it takes so long and it takes so much energy out of me. The act itself does take energy, obviously, for everyone, but there's also that added layer of anxiety whenever I have to take a shower. So it's that added bit of energy, and I'm so exhausted and drained. Like I literally have to like plan my showers and mentally prepare. Same thing for using the bathroom. The bathroom is like probably, I've gotten so much better, which I'm so happy about that, but the bathroom's hard too. Hardest thing for me too, because in the midst of it, like I couldn't fathom the fact that I had to sit and share an area with people that's so intimate. The fact that our privates go near the same thing absolutely made me sick to my stomach. Like it made me sick and actually so terrified. I would shake and like visibly have a reaction whenever I had to pee because I couldn't. Like the shared spaces, like in any degree, gave me anxiety, but I had to push through. But the bathroom was the worst. Like my relationship with the bathroom was terrible. Even now, I still have to like kind of take a deep breath. I'm so much better now, which I thank God so much. Like I can use the bathroom and not be like the biggest deal in the world to me. I can shower. It's still like I don't love to do it, but I have no choice, and it's not like the biggest thing for me, you know? But once upon a time it was. Even walking in there, I'm taking slow baby steps and like just breathing, and obviously I share it with 3 other girls, and God forbid someone left like, you know, a pad unrolled by the trash can, or God forbid, you know, there's something on the toilet. Like, that shit would send me into fucking orbit. To visibly see that would fuck me up. I'm not calling them dirty. It's natural. I mean, it happens, we're human. But when those very human and very normal things would happen, like, I would have a full-on breakdown. I'd have to muster up courage to use a bathroom. And this would take hours. Mind you, I'm holding my pee in. So I would be holding my pee in for hours on end, like 8+ hours, until I got the worst cramps of my entire life, like to the point where I couldn't ignore it, and I would beg my mom to let me use her bathroom instead, which honestly was nasty too sometimes. But my brain wired me to think that her bathroom was cleaner, which it wasn't. It was like the same amount of dirty, if not dirtier sometimes. My brain said that that was the safe bathroom. So I like literally begged her to let me use her bathroom for like a year straight. Like, I would shower in there, I would use the bathroom there, but even then there would still be accidents in there and I would still be scared as fuck. But I had to like pick my poison. I couldn't ignore these tasks. I had to use the bathroom, I had to shower, I had to say fuck it and go in there anyway. It was so hard and it hurt so bad because I was holding my pee in for so long. There was even times where I was just like, fuck it, I don't even want to go in the bathroom at all. Like, I'd rather piss outside. There was literally times where like I would contemplate literally peeing outside rather than using the bathroom, because I was like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Like, I can't see germs. I can't do germs. I cannot do this right now. Girl, it was just the scariest thing. I think I'm protecting myself, but I'm potentially doing more harm than good. By holding my pee in, I could be damaging my bladder. Like, I would cramp so bad to the point where I had no choice but to get up and go. And then when I came back for the next like 30 minutes, I would still be cramping and it hurt so bad. And I was like, it got to the point where I was like, I could really fuck my bladder up for the future. I can't be doing this right now. I thought I was in psychosis, which I think I was. None of it makes sense. And none of it makes sense, but my brain was making sense of it. You know what I mean? Like, it was manic the way I was acting. I'll just say my manic episode. So that was during quarantine. While that was also happening, the OCD, it's my life. It's my life now, and it was my life then. It was way more intense then, but my OCD is at the forefront of my life right now, which I'm trying to go to therapy to change. But my mental illness is the center of my universe right now, unfortunately. And it damn sure was back then. So every single aspect of my life, OCD ruled over. So the bathroom, it ruled over. It also ruled over in other aspects when it came to germs. Like, I couldn't get up to make myself a meal. I stayed in my room for months. I was so certain that like if I left my room, I would of a disease, and the germs and all like the bacteria and the germs were outside my bedroom, like in the kitchen and in the common areas, but like my room was safe. So I never left my bedroom. Only when like I was forced to use the bathroom because I couldn't hold it anymore, or random times whenever like it called for it, but that was rare. I was in my room 24/7, never wanted to leave. But when it came to food, I literally would beg my little sister or my mom to make me my meals and to give them to me. I was so jaded, I didn't even realize or care how much of a burden this was for them, and how it's not fair that like I burdened them with these tasks and they didn't have a choice, because I was gonna starve myself either way. So it's like they kind of felt pressured to, which obviously like I feel bad for. And of course, after I'm done with all this OCD shit and I start to heal more, I will completely apologize over and over again for how like horribly and how burdensome I was during this time period. I just didn't know how to deal with it. I was so lost and confused and scared, and I just tried to handle it the best way I knew how, which was not good. So I like burdened them with like the task of feeding me. But there were certain times where they said they didn't want to, which was valid. So I'd have to like run in there, grab something and come out. I got so skinny. Like, I've never been that skinny in my life, minus when I was like maybe in middle school, because I was starving myself. I wasted like 2 to 3 years of my life in my bedroom because of OCD, and I will never get those years back. It was the years that I wasted were the years that were pivotal in my life, I feel, because it was my transition from a teenager to an adult, and I completely missed out on those years, all those fun experiences and those experiences alone, because I was so mentally ill. Now that I'm coming out of it and I'm starting to be more aware and start to think more logically, and I'm coming back to myself, I'm having to catch up. I'm having to look for jobs. I was not prepared for adulthood. I am really confused. I'm trying to get my shit together. I have to like catch up, which sucks so bad because I really do feel behind. That's the extent of the germs portion. I think that's as bad as it's gotten. That's the main one I'm dealing with now still. and it's progressed tremendously, but it's still a hindrance in my life so much to the point that I need to get help. Like, I'll still repeatedly wash my hands, but I will acknowledge that it gets to a point where it's ridiculous and I'll have to stop myself. Before, I would just keep going and keep going and keep going until it felt right, but now I have to realize that it's too much and I have to stop myself, and I have to make that decision. Even though it's hard and I want to keep going, I do stop myself now. Sometimes I don't, but I'm not perfect. I can leave my room now. I feel more free to walk around. I've been socializing. I've been going out to clubs, being close to people. Sweat's been touching me and everything. I've been practicing interacting with people, and honestly, it was a lot of fun. Going out made me realize how much I am a social butterfly, and I love people and I love being around people, and I hate that OCD took me away from myself. I'm definitely not healed in any way, but I'm definitely better than I was, and I'm progressing, which is a big blessing. Y'all, this video could be like hours long because I'm literally on the first subject and there's literally so many more. If I'm too tired or too exhausted because I've been cleaning and cleaning and cleaning for hours and I literally can't fucking move anymore, sometimes I'll say fuck it. God, please take over. Like, my sister told me this advice that really helped me. She was like, you're not God, you're not perfect, you can't, you know, make everything spick and span and perfectly clean. It's impossible. You're a human being. You can only do so much. So like, stop putting pressure on yourself to like have everything be spotless, because it never ever will be. Just find peace in knowing that like you did all you could to prevent the germs. Leave it the rest to God.